This is page 98, 2-5 of Algebra 1. 98 and 99, examples 1 and 2. We're going to look at a problem and solve it together. This is 2a on page 99. Problem is 8s minus 10 equals 3, open parentheses, 6 minus 2s, close parentheses. First thing we need to do is look at our grouping symbols. On the right, we have 3 open, 6 minus 2s, close parentheses. So we need to distribute that 3 to everything inside of those parentheses. So what that'll look like is, on the left, we still have 8s minus 10 equals 3 times 6, which is 18, and 3 times negative 2s, which is negative 6s. So now we have 8s minus 10 equals 18 minus 6s. So we need to get all the variables on one side and all the integers on the other. I'm looking at this. We have an 8s on the left and a negative 6s on the right. So let's move it to the left so we stay in the positive for our variables. To move that negative 6s to the left side, we need to add it to the left side to move it over. So then we have 8s plus 6s minus 10 equals 18. Combine like terms, 8s plus 6s gives us 14s minus 10 equals 18. We need to get this s by itself. So we still have this minus 10 on the left. So to move it to the right side, we need to add it to the right side. And that would look like 14s equals 18 plus 10. So now on the left, we just have a 14s. And on the right, we have 18 plus 10. Let's add those. So we have 14s on the left equals 28. We want s by itself. So to get s by itself, we need to divide each side by 14. And this is because, as it is now, we have 14 times s. And to be able to move that 14 to the other side, we need to divide. So the left looks like 14s divided by 14 equals 28 divided by 14. So on the left, 14 divided by 14 cancels out, and we're left with just s equals 28 divided by 14, which is 2. So our answer is s equals 2. The second problem is on page 99, problem 2b. And this one says 7, open parentheses, n minus 1, close parentheses, equals negative 2, open parentheses, 3 plus n, close parentheses. So this time we have parentheses on both sides of the equation. So we need to distribute on the left side, and then we need to distribute on the right side. So starting with the left, we have 7, open, n minus 1, close. So we need to multiply the 7 through everything inside the parentheses. First thing we do is 7 times n, or 7n. Then we do 7 times minus 1, which is minus 7, equals, we have negative 2, open, 3 plus n, close. So we need to distribute this negative 2, again, to everything inside the parentheses. First term would be negative 2 times 3, or negative 6, and negative 2 times positive n, which would be negative 2n. Okay, so now we just have variables on either side. 7n minus 7 equals negative 6 minus 2n. Again, looking at our variables, we have a positive 7 on the left and a negative 2n on the right. So let's move that negative 2n to the left so our variables stay positive. And if we have negative 2n on the right, we need to add it to the left side to move it from the right to the left. So we have 7n plus 2n minus 7 equals negative 6, because we've moved that negative 2n again to the left side. Combine like terms. 7n plus 2n would give us 9n minus 7 equals negative 6. On the left, 9n minus 7. We need to take this negative 7 and move it to the right side so we can start getting that variable by itself. And to do that, we add it to the right side. So then we'd have 9n on the left equals negative 6 plus 7, because it was a negative 7 on the left, so we have to add it to the right. So now we have 9n equals negative 6 plus 7, or 1. And then we have a 9n, 9 times n. So we need to divide each side by n, by 9, to get the n by itself. So on the left, 9n divided by 9 would leave us with just n equals 1 over 9 as a fraction, 1/9, 1 divided by 9, or as a decimal would be 0.11. To recap, when solving equations with variables on each side, the first thing to do is look through and see if you have any grouping symbols. And if you do, you need to distribute. Make sure you've distributed through everything, multiply through, and then work on getting all the variables onto one side. And once you've done that, then you can solve for your variable and come up with your answer.